Did you see a UFO in that cloud?
No. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. My name is Merge, and today I want to talk about a highly regarded and much anticipated movie, and that's Jordan Peele's Nope, or just Nope. And I have to say, in comparison to other films like Get Out and Us, I feel like this movie fits right into his wheelhouse of subverting expectations and great storytelling. So Nope is a movie about aliens, but not in any way that you've seen before, and even more so than that, it's all about the dangers of capturing a spectacle, from horses to chimps and even aliens. If something can go wrong, it will, because in the grand scope of things, the fact that we can tame and even domesticate a wild animal in itself is a miracle if you really think about it. But when people try to control forces they don't understand, they discover that it's the most exciting and also the most dangerous part of capturing a spectacle: unpredictability. And before we get started, if you could leave a like on this video and even consider subscribing to stay up to date with the latest content, I'd appreciate it. So when I was watching this movie for the first time, it was definitely a Jordan Peele movie, and it feels so good saying that because I remember when I first discovered his skits on YouTube with some old Key and Peele skits. Now he's one of my favorite directors working today, and his style is something that he just owns, putting a spin on expectation and race, and that's something that we've never explored before. Like when he did the Twilightzone series, granted some episodes were a little heavy-handed with the themes, but he still owned his style, and when you watch it you can say, yeah, that's definitely a Jordan Peele product, and Nope is no different. And so in this video I'm going to try to tiptoe around spoilers, but I mean, if you're watching this, then most likely you've seen it, so you'll be getting my take on the things that I liked. For example, I loved how this movie was shot. Like the cinematography was just incredible, because the majority of the movie, every time you see an alien, I'm using air quotes, it's usually from one of the characters' point of view, and there's one scene involving rain in a White House from Daniel Kaluuya's point of view that was just breathtaking and terrifying all at the same time. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you've seen the movie you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because for the majority of the movie you don't really get a clear look at the aliens, and when the aliens do attack, it usually cuts away as the people are getting beamed up, so to speak. Personally, I would have loved to see some of the kills, but the movie still works with the less is more approach, and the cinematographer takes full advantage of the known and unknown elements in this environment, being a western town basically. Like you get a close-up shot of people literally in the process of being swallowed by the, spoiler alert I guess, but the spaceship is an alien, so let's just get that out of the way. And more so, it's like a territorial animal opposed to an intelligent life form, but again, we don't exactly get a backstory for the alien, which in my opinion works in the movie's favor, because it really doesn't matter where it came from or what it wants. It's basically like Jaws, but when the sky is the ocean, there's really no place to hide, and after seeing this movie, I will never look at the sky the same again. Oh, is that a cloud? No. And getting back to the alien, just what a cool concept, because throughout the course of the movie you see that it's just like this generic flying saucer, but towards the end of the movie it turns almost into this jellyfish-like creature, but apparently it's supposed to be like a biblical angel. And the fact that when I was watching this movie my brain was literally struggling to comprehend what I was looking at, because I've just never seen anything like it, and it was indeed a spectacle, something that by all means is literal danger, but we refuse to look away, and instead of doing the logical thing like running away, we choose to profit from it and try to understand it in any way we can, which leads me to the scene with the monkey. So there's a scene in this movie that involves a monkey literally going apeshit on a TV show cast and audience, and you see it all from a little kid's point of view, and hands down it's literally the most terrifying scene I've seen in years, because it's believable. Like honestly and truthfully it's believable. Like when it comes to the aliens it's perfectly fine, I can take that and leave that, but again when it comes to animals like monkeys, lions, tigers, bears, like who can literally rip you in pieces, I don't want to deal with any of that. So if you haven't seen this movie, or if you have seen this movie, I encourage you just to watch that scene again, because it will change the way you look at animals. Because chimps, monkeys, apes, etc., they can all literally rip your face off. And if you don't believe me, and if you have kids in the room, tell them to look away, because 3, 2, 1, boom. See this right here? This right here is the consequences for trying to domesticate and train a wild primate. And I have to say, personally for me, no amount of money in the world would be good enough for me to ever enter the same route with one of these monsters. But yeah, people will choose in this movie to be in a fucking close set with one of these monsters, and what you think happens, happens. And again, the less is more approach works perfectly here, because you only see the aftermath of the carnage in the form of a monkey running around the set in bloody clothing just beating up corpses, all being seen from this little kid who grows up to basically profit from that same tragedy, because it's a spectacle. And if you haven't noticed by now, I'm saying that word a lot because it is a running theme in this movie, and people love to see what they don't understand, so much so that they would show up to an event in the middle of the desert with the hopes to get a glimpse of the unknown, in this case being a flying saucer. And what makes it so much more impactful is that for this character it's literally history repeating itself, from a man who think they can control something as unpredictable as an ape for a TV show, let alone a spaceship for a bunch of spectators. And in the end we see that people are willing to die some pretty horrific death just to capture or see this spectacle. air quotes again. And the risk versus reward factor for this is not worth it, because let me tell you a little something about me. I like the beach. I love the beach. I like the sun. I like the sand. I like getting in the water. But let me tell you something. If I'm in the water and a little piece of seaweed just brushes against my leg, nope, I'm out. I'm gone. That's it. That's me done for the day. Not because the seaweed won, but because my brain would force me to imagine all the what ifs. Like maybe it was a shark. I know it wasn't, but it could have been. Or what if it was a sea urchin? I don't have a dedicated list of people who are willing to pee on my leg to make it unstick. And honestly, I'm not even sure if that works, but I'm not willing to find out. So when we actually do get proof of aliens, because let's be honest here, I'll be satisfied with just a picture or a video or something like that. I'm not willing to get up close and personal with them to say hi or shake their hand. And if it's anything like the movie, there's plenty of people willing to die to get that picture. And to those idiots, I say thank you. And in the words of Pepper Potts,
you can rest now.
Another thing that I feel that Jordan Peele just nails is character relationships, and I say that because Get Out came out in 2017, and the scene where Chris asks Rose for the keys still stands out to me as one of the most relatable reactions ever put to film, because you know exactly what Chris is feeling, from panic, then worry, to acceptance, and then fight. But the brother-sister relationship with Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer is again so spot on, because the dynamic where the son was more favored than the daughter in what seems to be a single dad household is completely believable in their actions, especially seeing how they grow up. Like the Daniel Kaluuya character OJ, he's more introverted and prefers hands-on work. As we see during a rehearsal, you can tell that he's out of his element. And that's where his sister, played by Keke Palmer, comes in as a loud and confident half of the duo. Because, wow, I just realized this is a very disjointed review, and you are a real one for putting up with my nonsense. But the reason why they are in a rehearsal is because there's some struggling Hollywood horse trainers who just so happen to work on the Brendan Fraser spin-off movie, The ScorpionKing, which is just an amazing deep cut for no one else other than film nerds like myself and anyone else who noticed it. And what makes it such a great inclusion is that it could have been any generic made-up movie, but for Jordan Peele, you can tell he went out of his way to include it, maybe as the greatest Easter egg of all time.
Look at these effects, oh my god.
All in all, Nope is a great inclusion in the Jordan Peele film collection, giving us a modern day take on the Cowboys versus Aliens that we can actually enjoy, and it's way better than the actual Cowboys and Aliens back in the day, and please don't at me because we all know it's true. So if you haven't seen the movie Nope and you're watching this, I feel I tiptoed around the spoilers enough for you to have an idea about the movie to enjoy it. And if you have seen the movie Nope, I want to hear your thoughts on the movie and what part you enjoyed the most. And if you had to choose between getting in the ring with a monkey or getting in the ring with an alien spaceship, what would you choose? I'll tell you right now, it's still the monkey, but whatever it is, comment down below and let me know, and I'll do my best to respond. Until then, my name is Merge. Later.